been 4 races, 2 double headers, as there will be a double header today, and it's in 2 classes. There's the Mighty Minis, which are the originals. Well, all the Minis are original Minis in the sense they're not BMW type Minis. The Mighty Minis have standard 1275cc engine and gearbox. The Super Mighty Minis have a modified, but only lightly modified, 1275 engine and gearbox. The first 2 rounds were at Castle Combe, the second 2 at Pembrey in South Wales. Now we have 2 at Silverstone. They still have quite a long part of their championship to come, with Brands Hatch, Candle Park, and Castle Combe still to come. Leading the different categories, leading the Super Mighty Minis is number 11 Kirkpatrick, from number 1 Ian Slark and 8 Stuart Coombs, 4th number 7 Steve Rideout, 5th number 10 David Kirkpatrick, and 6th number 19 Mark Ditchburn. Those are the top 6 in the Super Mighty Minis, and then in the Mighty Minis, Daz Nightingale leads. He drives car number 36, and he has 126 points, just 1 more than number 4 Mark Price on 125. Susie Inch has 82 points, she's 3rd. James Jenkins is 4th on 76. Graham Shepherd is 5th on 74. And there's a bit of a gap to 6th, number 6 Paul Hollett on 58, 1 more than Laura Harris on 57. So those are the top points in the championship. Out come the Minis, and the entry you'll find on page 11 in the programme. 2 separate grids will be formed, with the Super Mighty Minis going first, so they can get on with their racing without having to work their way through the quickest of the, or you might say the slowest of the Mighty Minis. So the first grid consists of, on pole position, the championship leader, number 11 Nevin Kirkpatrick, who qualified at 1:15.590, and with him on the front row, number 19 Mark Ditchburn, and he qualified at 1:15.714. 11 and 19 row 1. Row 2, number 8 Stuart Coombs, who qualified at 1:15.909, and beside him number 7 Steve Rideout, 1:15.944. 8 and 7 then row 2. Row 3, number 10 David Kirkpatrick, 1:15.946, and 23 Adam Bath, 1:17.500. So 10 and 23 there, that's the 3rd and last row of the Super Mighty Minis. Then the Mighty Minis, with their separate grid, line up like this, with the championship leader, number 36 Darren Nightingale, on pole position, 1:20.449. Beside him, number 58 Ollie Samway, 1:21.069. So 36 and 58 is the first row of the Mighty Minis. The second row of the Mighty Minis, number 77 Ahmed Shava Abani, with a qualifying time of 1:21.463 in class 77. Beside him, number 4 Mark Price, qualifying at 1:21.580. 77 and 4, row 2. Row 3 of the Mighty Minis, number 9 Graham Shepherd, 1:21.713, and number 12 Susie Inch, 1:21.765. 9 and 12, row 3 of the Mighty Minis. Row 4, number 32 James Jenkins, 1:22.885, number 6 Paul Hollett, 1:23.123. 32 and 6, row 4. Row 5, number 40 Chris Didcott, 1:24.778, and 30 Laura Harris, 1:24.869. 1:24.869. So 40 and 30 is row 5 of the Mighty Minis, and the final row consists of just the one car, number 98 Josh Ogborn, entered by Mr. and Mrs. Racing. It's the first time I've seen that as a team name, quite a good one, when your wife is happy to go along with you. And his qualifying time, 1:26.181. And how pleasant it is to see the old type of Mini, Tony.
Yes, and Mighty Minis very often provide some great entertainment.
They do, don't they? Yes. I think probably, as it says to be the case of one or two of these 1 meg series for small cars, the slower ones tend to provide the closer racing. That was with the modern Minis as well. The Mini Coopers always provide some spectacular racing, whereas the JCWs are so quick they tend to... Yes, exactly.
You see something in the 2CV 24 hours. There's a class for them, and that's at Snetterton at the end of the month, at the end of August.
Do you know how many takers there are?
don't know how many mini-tags, but I think the entry is in the 30s this year, so it's quite promising. I think it's mid-30s number of cars we've got.
24 hours?
Yeah.
With any pause in the middle?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh, right, you don't take a breather, unless the weather dictates that
well,
it's too wet to
that
carry
rarely
on.
happens, but yeah, and because with 2 CVs you can change an engine in something like 15 minutes, so even a blown engine is no reason to stop.
Okay, well, looking at the grid, I can only see one car on the second row. Anyway, away they go, and there may be one down from the intended 6. Away goes the second grid as well, so the leading group turning into Cobb's Corner, and I would say it's number 11, Nevin Kirkpatrick, who had the lead, but you may tell us something different.
Okay, looking to see a very tight gaggle of super mighty minis come into the corner, some deft outbraking manoeuvres, and yeah, these are very entertaining indeed, and it is the 11 car that leads, so it is Nevin Kirkpatrick in the lead, ahead of, well, it's hard to tell because the top 4 is one, and the Dago yellow car is actually breaking away, and I think that's Fishburne is trying to go all the way around the outside.
Right, so into Luffield, the whole grid of Super Mighty Minis descends, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 absolutely together, and then the next 2 almost in touch as well. So as they're coming through for the first time in what is a 20-minute race, in the lead is number 11, Nevin Kirkpatrick. In second place is Steve Rideout. In third place is David Kirkpatrick from the back of their grid. And he was equal across the line with number 19, Mark Ditchburn. Then for the Mighty Minis, we had in the lead number 36, so the championship leader Darren Nightingale from pole position has the lead at the moment.
So all 17 expected seem to have made it through on the first lap.
Yes.
And the leading group of 5 still very close together. It's actually the 23 of Adam Barth is the only one of the supers who's falling slightly away. And then we get the 36, as you mentioned, Darren Nightingale leading the Mighties with the car of Mark Price very, very close behind.
Yes, they're all very close indeed, but hanging, well, not hanging on, driving very smoothly out front is Nevin Kirkpatrick as they come through Luffield for the second time. But a bit too smoothly perhaps at Luffield that time, because he's been caught by the next 2 as they come through Woodcut. So it is 3 together still for the lead, with in second place number 7 Stephen Rideout, and in third place David Kirkpatrick. Fourth, now up to 4th has come number 8 Stuart Coombs. So let's just look at the Mighty Minis. 36 leads, noticeably slower Darren Nightingale. These cars are Darren Nightingale ahead of number 4 Mark Price, and then number 9 is Graham Shepherd. Mark Ditchburn, I suspect, number 19, has a transponder problem.
Right, we've had a change for the lead because it is now the 7 of Steve Rideout who's in the lead and has got a fairly substantial margin over the next 3. So Rideout's got into the lead at the 9 section, second.
Yeah.
But he's now in the lead, and I would say about 1.5 seconds his lead is as he goes down towards you.
I don't know whether you hear a rudimentary lap chart, but I'm just wondering whether Mark Ditchburn actually has retired from the leading group, or whether it's his transponder is not enabling TFL to show him on the screen currently. Anyway, the first 4 cars, like to say, we have the new leader as they come through Woodcote. It's number 7, Stephen Rideout, and then side by side, absolutely level as they get over the line for second place are Stuart Coombs and Nevin Kirkpatrick, with David Kirkpatrick wanting to join the fun as well. In fact, David has set the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:16.1. Darren Nightingale continues to lead the Mighty Minis from now number 4. That's, of course, a Super Mighty Mini, isn't it? Number 4? No, Mark Price. what I was saying, he's a Mighty Mini. So Mark Price then in second place. You've got the Mighty Minis, Super Mighty Minis with you.
Yes, and right out, still in the lead. 19 has gone missing. He's out there anymore, so Dishwood has gone out. But 7 is in the lead. He's here to win 6 and he had a third place at Pembrokeshire. Steve right out. So looking good to break his seasonal duck today here at Silverstone.
Yes, it's really early days in the season for them, even though we are now in the middle of July, but they've got all the more, 12 rounds altogether, and after this second race today, they've had half the season, so there's still plenty of time for things to happen, and it's always very, very close indeed. So through goes Steve Rideout leading, Nevin Kirkpatrick second, side by side over the line for third place, but David Kirkpatrick and Stuart Coombs, with Stuart Coombs getting the benefit of the doubt there for the timekeepers by 0.066 of a second. He has the fastest lap of the race at 1:16.178, and the leader of the Mighty Minis, Darren Nightingale, is certainly being caught by Mark Price. Mark Price right on his tailgate. Sorry, Minis don't have tailgates, do they? A rear boot lid. And they're together as they go into Cops Corner.
The Supers have come through. Right out still moving. Nevin Kirkpatrick number 11 in second place. Had 2 wins so far on across Corner. And yet today, at the moment, he's struggling to keep up with the brightly coloured number 7.
Into the pits has gone one of the quickest of the Mighty Minis, Ollie Samways, number 58. He dropped to the tail end, he's gone slowly down the pit lane. Looks as though this race, as far as he's concerned, is done and dusted. So the leaders come to a bit of a breakaway by the top 2 now, so still Steve Rideout leading. And staying very much in touch with Devon Kirkpatrick. With the next 2 close-ish, but not really in challenging positions, Stuart Coombs and David Kirkpatrick. Looking back towards Luffield, we get the Mighty Minis coming out of the corner, still with the top 2, Darren Nightingale and Mark Price. And you've got the leaders of the race.
Yes, and it's really 2 couples who are battling at the moment. So you've got Rideout and Nevin, and then you've got Coombs and David. Coombs there in the yellow number, in the orange number 8. He won the opening round at Castle. So having to stave off David to keep his place on the coast.
And down the pit lane has got, I think it's number 9, Graham Shepherd. Yeah, so Graham Shepherd, number 9, is out of the running. Whether he's out of the race, we shall see. They've got another chance, of course, later on. And in terms of time, still 12.5 minutes to go. And the heat is being felt by Steve Rideout now, because he has Nevin Kirkpatrick coaching right up onto him again. And then for third place, it is just the orange car Stuart Coombs, but only just staying ahead of David Kirkpatrick, who realised he's got to keep pressing on, otherwise he's going to drop out of touch with the 2 leaders. He'll have a cushion of 1.5 seconds between himself, top 2, and Coombs in third place, Stuart Coombs in third place.
Rideout coming under real pressure now from Nevin Kirkpatrick as they dive down into Beckett's, and so if anything, Coombs is actually closer to the lead 2 now, so we're in danger of making it a foursome for the lead. The top 4 Supers certainly a big gap before we get the battle at the head of the Mighties.
Well, that's really happened on this lap, because Nevin Kirkpatrick on the previous lap set the fastest lap of the race. So he has now done a 1:15.771 in second place here. The 4 leaders come, but I think there is a chance, as you're saying, Tony, of the top 2 being caught by the next 2. It's still the Dayglow yellow car of Steve Rideout that leads Nevin Kirkpatrick, then the orange car of Stuart Coombs. David Kirkpatrick, number 10, is 4th, having a bit of a lonely race. In 5th place is number 23, Adam Bath, and they are now well up towards you as the leading Mighty Minis still the same pair, come through Luffield. Still a bit nice to get ahead of Price.
Yeah, it won't be too long before the Supers actually catch up to the back of the Mighty Mini train and have to pick their way through that. But the foursome head down Wellington Straight and very much in touch with each other. So this is what mini racing traditionally is all about, with a fairly substantial group of cars battling it out at the head of the field.
Yes, it goes right back to the origins of the Mini 7 Club, which were going in the 1960s. Anyway, the change happened, so the lead... We now have Devin Kirkpatrick leading out of Luffield, ahead of Steve Rideout, and the changing of places has delayed only a tad, but enough to allow Coombs and David Kirkpatrick to close up. But now side by side going into Klopp's corner on the inside line and moving through to the lead again is Steve Rideout. So Steve Rideout back in front. But I was telling the truth, Tony, really. David Kirkpatrick did have the lead for a while.
I believe you. I believe you here. And this group of four very, very close now. And if anything, Coombs was up into second place then. They're now side by side, and Nevin dives down the inside of Coombs. It's not the time when he does. But Coombs very much in the battle for the lead, although I think the danger here is that Rideout is sending an opportunity to actually make a break for him as the next three battle it out behind him. I think he's going to try and make a break.
Well, based on his previous experience in this race, perhaps that's what he should do, because of course he did have the lead for quite a while over Kirkpatrick, and now he was past. Right, he's regained the lead, but will he preserve that lead? Looking across to Luffield, it seems to me those four cars are actually closer to each other than they have been for quite a while as a foursome. So through comes Steve Rideout ahead of Devin Kirkpatrick. Small gap back to Stuart Coombs and David Kirkpatrick, and that is now 9 laps completed by that quartet. And they'll be back with you, I think, now, Tony, before I see the Mighty Minis.
Yes, and they are now approaching the first of the Mighty Mini stragglers. So this could affect just how this lead battle is going to end up, because the Mighty Mini is keeping very sensibly out of the way. The first of those, number 30, keeping right out of the way. So that's good driving from Laura Harris there to let the leaders go and just in fact taking back the Mighty Minis ahead of them now as they approach Luffield, and this could make life interesting for the leaders.
Right. Very smart in traditional colours, the Ahmed Sharabani running in third place of the Mighty Minis. Now, yes, there's a whole load of Minis of both types coming through Luffield at the moment, some lapping the others, as you anticipated, and back into the lead has gone Devin Kirkpatrick. So Devin Kirkpatrick leads from Steve Rideout, from Stuart Coombs, David Kirkpatrick. They're all through, covered by all four of them still, 1.35 seconds. So I think by the time they get to you, Tony, they will have escaped the clutches of the
Yes, and as if to celebrate, they go 4 abreast into Beckett's, goodness me. And Coombs comes through in the lead, so that starburst that happened there, Coombs gets himself out of that and leads as they go onto the Wellington Straight from Rideout in second, and the Kirkpatrick brothers together sort of forming a bit of a rear guard action as they get down towards Luffield. But that was a great move from Coombs to get himself into the lead.
Okay, well, will he still be in the lead when we next see them? Yes, he is. The orange Mini that leads from the Dayglow yellow car of Stephen Rideout in second place, and the Kirkpatricks third and fourth. Come on, lads, you do better than that, what you regularly do. But at the moment, it's the non-Kirkpatricks who are the leading 2 cars, and using that slipstream to good effect. Steve Rideout gets alongside Stuart Coombs as they go into Copse Corner. Well, your guess will be, or my guess will be, hopefully your fact. As they come out of the corner, Tony, they were absolutely side by side, Coombs and Rideout.
Right, so Rideout looks like, well, he's on the left though, so ahead, but they're absolutely side by side into the braking area for Beckett's. Coombs is on the inside, so he takes the line, and Nevin Kirkpatrick gets a very good line through the corner and almost gets alongside Rideout on the exit, and then maybe decided that he's going to have a go as well. So those four are absolutely close together, and it's like an obstacle race because every so often they got Mighty Minis in front of them having their own private battle.
Well, we have 5 minutes remaining. I don't think they will catch, although they are lapping much more quickly than the Mighty Minis, of course. So now whether they'll catch the two leaders who've just gone through in the same order, Nightingale ahead of Price, with Shah Rabbani in third place, who will probably be caught, as will fourth place behind him, number 32, James Jenkins. But the leaders then going either side of Susie Inch, and she just maintains a steady course down the middle of the road as they get through, and it was the order that time was Rideout, Nevin Kirkpatrick, Coombs, David Kirkpatrick. But it was a lot of shuffling going on in amongst the Mighty Minis.
Yep, and now they're clear of that immediate group. They've got the 32 that they're coming up on now, which is James Jenkins.
Yes.
But it is Rideout from Nevin Kirkpatrick, then it's Coombs and David Kirkpatrick in line astern. But as I say, Rideout's half must see this is getting awfully in front of him, and knows that he's got to overtake them whilst keeping Nevin Kirkpatrick behind.
Yes, so 3 3/4 minutes. A lap time is a bit 16 or thereabouts. The two Mighty Minis go through, still the same order, still it is 36 in front, Darren Nightingale in front of number 4, Mark Price. Now, the four leaders probably at comfortable distances between each other that time, in the order Rideout, Nevin Kirkpatrick, Coombs, David Kirkpatrick. So no change in the order that time from what it was a lap earlier, which is I think the first time that's happened in this race. We've had 2 successive laps in the same order for the first 4.
Nightingale and Price come through at the head of the Mighty Minis, and they're the two most successful Mighty Mini racers, if you like, because Nightingale's won twice and Price has actually had 3 second places in the Mighty Minis so far. And Coombs got slightly held up by a back marker coming into Beckett's there. I think he was a little bit tentative, just making sure that the 77 wasn't going to move across. And so at the moment, we have got Rideout and Nevin Kirkpatrick very definitely in their midfield. The other two have lost a little bit of ground as they head down the racing straight and into the line.
That, of course, is how it was earlier on in the race, and so it is getting back to that state of affairs. So the two of them coming through with Nevin Kirkpatrick in the lead as they come through Luffield. Ahead of them are the two leading Mighty Minis, still the same order, still Darren Nightingale ahead of Mark Price. And now how much time? Time for 2 more laps. Over the line goes Nevin Kirkpatrick ahead of Steve Rideout. Stuart Coombs, David Kirkpatrick remains the order of the first 4.
Yeah, the two leading Mighty Minis come into view, and not very far behind them are the actual overall race leaders. I think they might just catch them by the end. It would be a shame really to spoil this dice for the Mighty Mini lead, but the Supers seem to be almost suicidally fast into Beckett's compared to the Mighty Minis, but it's Nevin in the lead from Rideout, so that is still the same as it was over the start-finish line. But the four of them are still pretty close, and they are closing in upon the Mighty Mini race leaders, and I think it's all going to come together on this final lap.
Yes, they'll be starting their last lap very shortly. Yeah, time certainly for 1 more lap, so we've got the two, as you say, the two leading Mighty Minis, keeping to one side, getting the blue flag, are they? But they're sticking to the racing line at the moment as the leaders come up upon them with Nevin Kirkpatrick ahead. Now they're embroiled in their own little battle. I'm not sure that many blue flags are being waved. to let them know that they got, and almost side by side there was Stephen Rideout trying to take the lead back from Nevin Kirkpatrick as they went into Copse Corner. So the leaders haven't had a clean passage past the two leading Mighty Minis, all of which are heading towards you now for the final time, Tony.
Yes, a group of 6 minis approach, and with Rideout just in the lead, he's squeezing Nevin Kirkpatrick over as they come into the corner, but Nevin gets through. Rideout immediately tries to get the crossover though, so as they leave Beckett's and head down the Wellington Straight, they're absolutely side by side. They go under the bridge, this group of 4 cars for the final time, heading into your side.
Okay, so is it going to be a real Silverstone type finish then as they head into, and there they are in the clump, and yes, they're as close as they've been throughout the race. Diving down the inside there goes Steve Ryder to try and get the lead away from Nevin Kirkpatrick. He wasn't quite able to do so. First they come out of the second part of the field and accelerate through Woodcote up to the checkered flag. Which one of them is going to make the break or use the slipstream to a good effect to get alongside? No, Nevin Kirkpatrick is going to take the flag first. Nevin Kirkpatrick wins. Coming up alongside him there almost as they took the flag was Steve Rideout, with David Kirkpatrick getting across the line in 3rd place. Almost the first time in the race he's been in 3rd place. He's always been up with the leading group, but he takes 3rd on the line from Stuart Coombs in 4th place. And we were focusing on that, but going on behind, no change in the order between the two leading Mighty Minis, with Darren Nightingale finishing ahead of Mark Price, just behind, but a lap behind the first 4 Super Mighty Minis. Well, a classic mini race really, the typical sort of display that the Minis, it's as much fun I'm sure to be as taking part in it as to watching it, talking about it and thinking about it afterwards and getting ready for the next race for the Mighty Minis to come later on in the afternoon. In fact, they will be the 3rd race. Yeah, the 3rd race this afternoon, or the 2nd race, sorry. No, the 3rd race, not the first time. The fastest lap goes to Nevin Kirkpatrick, so there's a bonus point for that, isn't it? And then the winner then, number 11, Nevin Kirkpatrick, 2nd, number 7, Steve Rideout, 3rd, number 10, David Kirkpatrick, 4th, number 8, Stuart Coombs, 5th, another of the Super Mighty Minis, number 23, Adam Bath, in 6th place, the leading Super Mighty Minis, 6th place, number 36, Darren Nightingale from number 4, Mark Price, and 3rd of the Mighty Minis, number 32,